Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that I thought would be a good idea to make, and that is going to be how I went from purple hair to brown hair. So if you guys don't know already, I obviously dyed my hair back to its natural color, which is more of a kind of like an ashy brown, but I had to dye a medium brown, and I will explain why in this video. I did it myself, and I'm going to be explaining how I did it. Number one is I'm not a professional, I'm not a hairdresser, and I would not advise doing it this way. Number two, this is not a how-to video. I'm not teaching you how to do it, I'm just telling you how I did it. Because I know a lot of people are going to ask, so I figured I would just make one big video explaining how I did it rather than, typing the same thing over and over again. Number three, if you don't like the way I did it, don't leave a mean comment. Just click off the video if you don't like it. If you disapprove of the way I did this, I'm sorry, but it had to be done, and it's already done. It can't be reversed, so leaving a comment won't help you. Those are basically all the disclaimers that I wanted to get out of the way, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so basically, as most of you know, if you have been subscribed to my channel, I had really bright pink hair, and then I faded it and went to a really bright violet hair color. And for that, I used semi-permanent hair dyes from Directions. I used flamingo pink for my pink, and then I used violet for the bright purple color. And the last couple of weeks I have been applying for jobs, so I needed to have a natural hair color, and I had quite a bit of regrowth from having my blonde hair growing out, so I had about this much root going on here. And I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go the full 9 yards and just boom, dye my hair back to its natural hair color. My plan was to go to a professional, but money is not in my favor. I am just a regular person, paycheck to paycheck. That's just how it is. I cannot afford to be dropping, what did they want? I think they wanted like $150. Bitch, I don't think so. I was not about to spend that much money to get my hair colored. I was like, why would I do that? I'm just gonna risk it and do it myself. So that is what I did. I did not go to a salon. That was my original plan until they decided to tell me the price. My septum was flipped over and it was starting to itch, so I gotta bring this baby down. I didn't go to a salon. I was going to go to Sally's and get a professional hair dye, but again, no offense to Sally's or anything, but no one's really helpful, so no one would really help me there, so obviously I didn't go there. So I went with option number 3, which is the most dreaded option by every hairdresser. I know when I go and get a trim, my hairdresser is going to be pissed, but I decided to go the box dye route. Woo! So that is what I did. I have been using box dye on my hair since I was 13 years old, so 8 years now, almost, yeah. 8-9 years now I've been using box dye on my hair. I have pretty much been every color. I was blonde, I was a strawberry blonde, I was black, I was burgundy, I was a red brown, I was a brunette, and then I was a platinum bleach blonde as what my older videos are, really white platinum blonde for 2 years. So I went a long time without seeing my natural hair color, and growing up I was a really blonde baby, and then as I got older my natural hair color kept darkening. So when I decided to grow my hair out from the blonde back in July of 2014, I waited about 8 months, so I had about 8 months of regrowth, which is about here. So I had about this much roots left, and then I had the purple underneath. So instead of going to the salon or getting professional hair color, I was like, I'm gonna do the box dye route. So I spent several weeks, I guess, looking up reviews and going to the store and trying to match my hair color the best as possible. My natural hair color is what you're looking at, but a little lighter, like maybe 1 ounce of a shade lighter and way more ashy. What you're looking at now is a medium golden brown color, and my hair is a lot more ashy. And I will explain why I didn't go with an ashy color to begin with. So I went to the store, looked at my options, and I found the closest one that would match me and the color that I would need for the purpose is a medium brown. And instead of getting an ashy medium brown, I went with a golden brown. And the hair dye that I chose is this stuff right here. This is the L'Oreal Paris Superior Preference Fade Define Color, and this is a level 3 permanent hair dye, and I got a warmer color in 5G medium golden brown. So this is the hair dye that I used to get this color. It just looks like this. This ranges from about $8 to $10 depending on where you go. I got 2 boxes because typically with box dye, if your natural hair is below your shoulders, you'll more than likely need 2 boxes. And I did, so this is 1 application, and then I needed another one for the rest of my hair. This only covered about half of it, and I needed the other box to do the other half. I did not record myself doing it because 1, I didn't know what I was doing, and 2, I just didn't want to deal with it. So I went with this color, which is a little bit tad darker than my natural and more golden. The reason why I went with a golden, warmer toned brown, because when you have platinum hair, white, platinum, bleach, blonde hair, when you bleach it, you're taking pigment out of the hair. So when you go to put pigment back on top of it, it's not going to accept it. So usually what you have to do, and what a lot of people, especially if you're doing it at home, do, they take like a red-based, either semi-permanent color or a permanent color, whatever, and it's more of a reddish tone. And they put that over top of the hair to give it pigment again. And then you would put the color that you desire over top of that. You can either do it that way, or you can get a protein filler to spray on your hair before then, because, you know, when you're bleaching your hair, you're taking away pigment. Like, there's nothing to grab onto. At least that's what I understand of it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, you can't, it's very, very rare where you can just put a brown dye over platinum hair and call it good. Very rarely does that happen. And what usually happens if you don't do that, if you don't do some kind of red color, or if you don't put some kind of protein filler on your hair, usually your hair will turn very muddy, green, gray color. That's just how it goes. I have heard some people had really, really good luck with that, and others didn't. Some had green hair when they were done, and others, they had no issue whatsoever. Basically, what I did, I have my really, really bright purple color that you guys see in the thumbnail before you clicked on this video. That's how purple my hair was. I didn't dye it any purple, more purple than that. So basically what I did when I knew I was going to go back to my natural hair color in a couple weeks, I spent, what was it, like a week and a half fading the color as much as I could, because I wanted to try to get as much of the purple out, you know, as I could, because I didn't know what the result would be dyeing it over purple, which is kind of the same result because you're platinum underneath. So yeah, I tried to fade the color as much as possible. I just shampooed my hair every day for like a week and a half, really good long scrubbings. The shampoo that works really well for fading semi-permanent colors for me was the Suave, let me go get it. So the shampoo that really help fade the semi-permanent colors is the Suave Professionals Moroccan Infusion Shampoo. This is my holy grail shampoo. I love it so much. It smells good, makes my hair super shiny and soft, and it also faded the color really well. So I used that for about a week and a half, just fading the color, and I got it to a really nice pastel kind of lavender color, and it had like little pink swirls in it from when I had pink hair left over. So I mean, it kind of looked cool. It kind of looked like cotton candy, which I didn't mind, but that's about as much as I could fade it. It wouldn't fade any more than that. I did a hot oil mask to fade it even more. It just wasn't gonna budge from that really pastel color, and it's very, very hard to get purple out of your hair anyway. It's like red. So once I got it to that point, I was like, okay. I sat down with myself and I was like, you're taking a really big risk here. Basically what I did next is I prepared myself, got really, really super nervous, and I started with the dye. And another reason is if you're going from a blonde to more of a natural brown, you don't want to get ashy colors. Typically ashy colors will make your hair more green gray color. You want to have a warmer brown color. You don't want anything ashy. Golden tones also help as well. That's just for what I've researched and what I've experienced, obviously. So if you are going back to more of a natural brown, get something a little bit darker and a little more warm and golden to kind of help counteract everything. Especially with purple, the golden tones kind of helped counteract it a little bit. So yeah, that's basically what I did. And you want to get something warmer. You don't want a cool toned brown or anything like that. So definitely keep that in mind when you are, you know, dye shopping. I went a little bit darker because one, I had to, and two, it'll fade down more a little bit over time, and when I add a couple highlights to it possibly in the future, it'll all just kind of break up and blend really nicely. So that is what I did. And I actually took the risk of just going right over top of the purple. I did not dye my hair red first. I did not buy a protein filler to spray on my hair first. I just went straight with it. So what I did first is I took this section of hair, I took a good amount of it, like this much or so, which was the most purple blonde part I could find. So I took a really, really blonde part that faded and a really, really purple part that wouldn't fade. And I did one big strand test. That is so key. If you are a little bit nervous and you don't really know what you're doing, always do a strand test first. Don't just jump right onto your whole head, because if it doesn't come out right, your whole head's gonna be fucked rather than one strand. So I did a strand test. I did about this much hair. I gathered it all up and I mixed the dye, you know, put it in, shook it up, put my gloves on, and then I started putting it through my hair. The first thing I saw happen is everyone's nightmare who has went from platinum to brown. As soon as I applied it, my hair turned green. Straight up, poop green, nasty, yucky, puke, exorcist green. I was like, great. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. It's turning green, it's not working. This dye specifically, I left it on for 25 minutes, and that's the developing time for it. And as I left it on, right when I put it on, it was green. It was green for like 5 minutes, and I was like, you know what, I should just rinse it out now. This just isn't gonna work. But I let it sit for the full 25 minutes, and as time went on, it started to get darker. Thank God. So after the 25 minutes was up, I rinsed it out, dried it off, blow dried it, made sure it was all good. I looked at it in different light to make sure that it was okay. There was a little tiny bit of a purpley tinge to it, but nothing bad. For the most part, it was what you are seeing. So I was like, okay, cool. I did another strand test on different parts of my hair just to see, because I bleached my hair myself at home, so more than likely I had very over-processed, very porous, damaged hair. So I took different parts of my hair to, you know, see what it would do on different parts. So I did different strand tests. Turned out the same. I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're going for it. So I did my entire head. I will show you a clip of what it looked like as it was developing. You can see that was about at the 18-minute mark, so it was very close time for me to wash out. As soon as I applied it, again, it turned a very poopy color, mini heart attack, and then as you guys just saw, it developed into a really nice golden brown color. Boom, this was the result. So all in all, I was very lucky. Like I said, I do not recommend doing it this way. I'm just kind of like a little, I'm an idiot. I took a risk, but the most important thing, if you are going to do it this way, do a strand test first. Do not do your whole head, have it come out shit green, and then come blame me. That's not what I told you to do. I'm not telling anyone how to do this. I'm just telling how I did it. Very simple. It came out relatively even, and it came out really nice. So I was super satisfied with the results. My little kind of mini review on this hair dye, would I ever buy it again? Probably not. And you're probably like, well, why? It works so well. It did work really well. I'm really happy with it. However, it stunk. Holy shit. The amount of ammonia that is in this dye, it probably shouldn't even be legal. When I was putting the dye through my hair and when I was mixing it up, my eyes were watering. It was so strong. It smells good, like it has a very nice kind of vanilla-y dye smell to it. Like, you know when you get your hair freshly dyed and it has that smell to it? That's what it smells like. It smells really good. But when I was applying it to my hair and mixing it, the amount of pneumonia or ammonia that was in it just made my eyes just water, and it just, it was so bad. I literally had to sit by a window half the time because it was just really strong. Even when I bleached my hair out of a box, like I used to bleach my hair with L'Oreal Extreme Platinum, it never smelled that bad, and that was bleach. This is just a brown color and it stunk. Like, holy fucking shit. Woo! It's done, it's over with, it worked nice. Here is my natural hair color. That's how I did it. So if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments. Let's try to keep the comment section nice and positive. Make sure you give a thumbs up and a share if you guys enjoyed. Be sure to go down and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!